on this episode.
What was that?
You know, like in those horror movies where you're like, don't open the door, stupid, and then bam!
We take on a case of a haunted family in Castellian Springs, just outside of Nashville, Tennessee.
I believe that it's something evil. There was a little boy standing there. As soon as I saw him, he just vanished.
Has anybody else seen the spirit?
The Delasomes live in a house so haunted that it's pushed them to the breaking point.
It's been a hard road. It's been 12 years. It just has to stop.
It's up to my team to confront the dark forces head on.
You mean harm for this family.
We'll push the limits of paranormal technology to put a stop to this haunting once and for all.
There's something tapping inside the box.
All I know is I'm gonna pray to God tonight.
But when it comes to hunting ghosts, we're gonna do it Southern style.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
We are the Tennessee Wraith Chasers.
A wraith is basically just a Scottish word for a ghost.
What do you want? Who are you? What's your mama's name?
I get scared a lot. Oh, there are a lot of times when I want to scream and holler like a little girl. You got to stay in there and you got to capture it.
We're the modern day Scooby-Doo. We are just a bunch of freaking idiots until it comes down to hunting a ghost.
I started the Tennessee Wraith Chasers about 5 years ago after I had a paranormal experience in my grandfather's old barn. It scared me to death, but it really sparked my curiosity.
I'm a very scientific person, and it takes a whole lot to convince me of the paranormal.
I'm the equipment manager for the team. You name it, we got it.
Tennessee Wraith, I can't understand a word that boy said.
Looks like this is going to be a pretty good investigation, man.
What did he say?
Tennessee is one of the most haunted areas in this country. And in these situations, dogs come in really handy.
Bourbon is our ghost hunting dog. There's nothing scarier than when he senses something paranormal.
We are a band of brothers who aren't afraid to provoke the darkest, most evil spirits.
Is there anybody home?
And we're gonna have a good time doing it.
The South is so rich in history. There's so many bloody stories, from slavery, the Civil War, generations and generations of chilling stories about mayhem and murder that just invites paranormal activity.
Ever since we started investigating the paranormal, we have seen it all. I mean, we have solved dozens of cases. The reason I do this is to find my own answers, because there are things out there that we can't explain. But another reason is you get to help people with problems.
In the South, everybody's sisters, aunts, brothers, cousins thinks they've seen a ghost, but not all of them really do. We get a lot of requests for help on our website.
We get people saying, hey, I just ate a bowl of chili and there's a ghost in my toilet.
Say, I've got a ghost of a raccoon coming up and eating my shoes at night.
So, Beat, I got a demon in the basement. Yeah, it's pretty funny when you get that, but
in our experience in hunting ghosts in the South, it's not uncommon for ordinary families to have paranormal activity going on in their house. That's where we step in, like our latest case of the Delasome family in Castellian Springs, Tennessee. And I got a feeling it's gonna be a wild one.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, man. We got a case here, guys. We got an email from Carrie Delasome. She's actually quite concerned for her family. She's a nurse. Patrick's a contractor. They got 5 kids.
They lived in Gallatin. They started having some really, really crazy stuff going in their house. It went from like 7-foot shadow figures to balls of light going across the floor. The kids are actually hearing their names called, and there's nobody there. And the mystery of this whole thing is they've actually moved right up the road in Castellian Springs and built a house, and it has followed them to this house. What I think's crazy around here is we have a lot of traveling spirits that seems to attach itself to a person, and sometimes even their whole family. The biggest thing we need to figure out is if something's attached to the Delasome family.
There's a lot of history through this area, including many Civil War battles, so that may be what's going on. Maybe this family has a connection to the violent local history that makes them a target for a haunting.
Maybe something happened a long time ago that's causing trouble with this family that they didn't even have anything to do with.
I'll do some research on that and see what I can find out.
And the thing we need to also remember is to figure out if there's any natural explanations for what they're experiencing.
I'd like to go down to the family and interview them.
And something else, we need to bring in something original on this case. We always like to create crazy new equipment to take out on all of our cases.
If something followed this family, I'll take care of it. We'll build something, get it out of their home.
Chasey Ray is a mystery. I don't know what in the world that boy's saying half the time.
Y'all see that pig?
Times he deaf and dying.
He's like, I they go to the basement, I got to by David. Somebody tell me what he's talking about.
Yeah, okay, appreciate it. I don't know why people don't think I can talk. I can speak King's English.
I say, you guys go to the shop, man. Bang it out race style, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I left my wallet in the truck, dude. So
That's okay. I'll take care of this. All right, let's go. I'm gonna get one of these. Take off.
Thanks, Chase. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Doogie and I headed to Castellian Springs to interview the family. The first thing we need to do is to determine if this is a legitimate case of a haunting.
Me and Doogie are the founders of the team. Doogie is the glue that holds this team together. Sometimes we get stressed out. Doogie just says something silly and then everybody's happy again.
Do you like ice cream on Tuesdays?
Now, I've never been to Egypt. I love what I do with the Tennessee Wraith Chasers because I'm the first person that the clients see. I usually go in and make sure that it's a serious case because we get a lot of yahoos that just want to see what we do.
Hi, I'm Carrie. Nice to meet you. Welcome, welcome. Please come in. My hope is that they find out what it is and then tell us how to get rid of it. It started at our home in Gallatin before we built this house. We started hearing voices.
At first, we'd just be real skeptical about it, but things just kept happening repeatedly.
The worst thing that happened at that time, I was folding clothes and there was a little boy standing there. He was wearing a hat, he was wearing knickers. As soon as I saw him, he just vanished.
Has anybody else seen the spirit?
Wow. Delisone family, they're not the type of people that's going to make up something. I mean, they're the type of people that you're going to see at church.
We were ready to leave that house. You know, it just wasn't a comfortable feeling there. It seemed to feel pretty negative.
When you got to your new house here, did you feel comfortable when
At first.
At first?
At first, yes. And it started shortly thereafter. It started with shadowy figures. Everyone started seeing them.
Probably the most concerning thing that ever happened was a very loud, concussive boom that we heard.
It woke everyone up.
So everybody in the house heard it, huh?
I looked out the window. Nobody else's lights were on in the neighborhood, and we have houses all around us.
So you were the only one that
We're the only ones that heard it.
Sometimes these booms and these loud noises is perhaps what people call portal hauntings. And this is where the spirit or spirits get through from their world to our world.
Everything that we've heard, there is some kind of a boom and these things come through. How's this affected the kids?
And I've had lots of friends spend the night, and they said they were freaked out, thought they were hearing footsteps.
It's hard sitting up in your room and your door opens and you're just like, something's in there. Like, I'm not the only one.
So what about you, big guy?
Well, I kind of like having my TV on because I feel like there's stuff in my closet that will stay away from light.
I mean, my heart went out to them. These kids, they need some help.
You learn to live within this level of dysfunction. You know, it's really sad when your kids are so used to things happening, but it's frightening. It's been a hard road. It's been 12 years. 12 years that we've dealt with this, and it just has to stop.
We're going to see if we can make it stop for you.
Thank you.
This area that we're in now is where an awful lot of bloodshed was spilled, but there is some definite connection to the Delisomes.
The Delisone family thinks that they have a paranormal presence in their home in Castellian Springs, Tennessee.
It started with shadowy figures. Everyone started seeing them.
The real mystery about this case is why are the spirits interested in the Delisone family? We send Porter out to try and research the history of the surrounding area.
What I found in the case of the De La Somme family is that they have very deep ties to the local land. Their family has lived in this area for centuries, during some pretty violent times. Their strongest connection is to a place called Bledsoe Fort, which is rumored to be haunted by angry spirits from battles past. And it's not far from their current home. I need to know more about the connection between that family and the fort. I always take my dog Bourbon along when I investigate a case.
Bourbon is our ghost hunting dog.
Come on, Bourbon, let's go. Animals have a sixth sense about them, especially dogs. He'll pick up on a paranormal hotspot that we may overlook.
From 1779 up till about 1785, that was known as the era of the local Indian Wars. This area that we're in now is where an awful lot of bloodshed was spilled.
I understand the property here actually at one point in time belonged to the De La Somme ancestors.
The cabin that's right down here, there is some definite connection to the De La Sommes.
The De La Sommes are not only related to the Bledsoe family, which fought many bloody battles at this fort during the Indian Wars. Patrick De La Somme's ancestors actually lived at the fort and fought in many Civil War battles here. Now they live right down the road, which could make them a primary target for unsettled spirits to give them heck. Come on, buddy.
Basically what we're going to do now is go inside the house and find all the areas of paranormal activity where we're going to focus our investigation.
This is our master bedroom, and in this room, we've had the tall, shadowy figure, 7, 8 feet tall, standing right there at the end of the bed.
Does this feel like an evil shadow?
It is kind of frightening. You pull the covers up over your head and think, this isn't really happening. You turn the light on, whatever you can do to dismiss it.
This family's got so used to talking about ghosts that it just seems normal to them. That's just crazy.
Sometimes I feel like I'm being watched. I just feel like somebody is right there breathing on my neck.
Have you ever seen anything?
Some of the shadow people.
Okay.
Actually.
Where do you see those?
Down there, through that hall.
Are you scared?
Yes, sir.
I would imagine so.
I just jump up and leave.
She usually comes in and sleeps with her mommy.
Mommies are good for things like that, huh?
You see a sweet little girl that's saying she's afraid to go to sleep in her own room. I mean, that's not right. That enrages me.
Up here on the balcony, you see these tall, shadowy figures walking through here. And we have a lab, his name is Duke, and he doesn't come into the house. We tried to get him into the house, we tried to coax him in the house, and he wouldn't come. He is living with my husband's mother right now.
Because he doesn't like the house?
No.
That's strange.
That's very strange. And there's a theory that dogs, have a sensitivity to this type of thing.
And we're actually going to bring a dog with us named Bourbon.
You can't really train a dog to hunt a ghost, but, you can just bring the dog here and then see.
Natural reaction.
And, how he reacts to it. When we do our investigations, we always try to look for any kind of natural occurrences that could be mistaken for paranormal activity.
Hey, Chris.
Yo!
I'm going to kick this air conditioner on and see what's going on, dude. Things going on like doors opening and shutting, that little creepy sensation you get up your neck when you think there's somebody standing behind you, could all be explained by a powerful air vent.
It doesn't blow very hard. I definitely don't think that this thing's got enough power to close that door. These kids have some pretty cool toys. You want to come and play?
Yes.
I've had lots of friends. They were freaked out in the middle of the night. Thought they were hearing footsteps.
PJ thinks he's hearing footsteps, but sometimes that could be explained by something like faulty plumbing. Go ahead and flush that commode.
You hear anything?
Not that I can tell. The De La Somme house, I just felt like a strange feeling, just like a thick fog of tension that you could just slice with a knife. I won't be surprised if we catch some crazy paranormal activity in this house tonight.
This haunting has been plaguing this family for over 12 years. I mean, they even went as far to get a pastor to go around cleansing their home, and that didn't work. So now we got to figure out what we can do to help them.
Right, I kind of like for these drills to be set up here in order from smallest to biggest.
Let's go.
Chasey Ray is our tech guy. If we need something done, he'd be like, I'll take care of it.
Well, the idea of all this is the thing goes in there.
And then like 5 minutes later, he's going to have something that he built in his basement in his underwear for 6 weeks.
So basically, we're going to catch this thing in a box. Built a lot of things for these guys, but I've never built nothing like the Devil's Toy Box. Basically, the box is 6 mirrors. Theory is that anything that passes into it basically bounces off of them. It can't get back out. There aren't many documented cases of it being used, but I think this might be the perfect instrument to use in this situation and see if we can't get rid of this thing. It sees itself in all the mirrors and it gets confused and it can't get out.
That sounds like a pretty good idea to me. The energy that enters it will bounce off the mirrors and just kind of be contained in that box, you know.
Brandon's my little brother. I love him to pieces. You know, he has Asperger's syndrome.
It's basically high-functioning autism. My mind works different than the other guys. A screw is a combination of a wedge and a ramp as a mechanical advantage.
I guarantee you that Chasey Ray was just building his butt off, and then Brandon was over there saying, the square root of 7 is actually connected into the quarter of that 2x4.
Even though me and Chasey take different paths, we always wind up in the same place.
Voila.
There's been a lot of talk lately in the paranormal world about something called the Devil's Toy Box. I think this is the perfect case to try something that's that experimental.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
There it is.
Oh, well, what do you got in your hand, brother?
Toy box we've come up with.
Hey, that's professional right there. That's the best work you've ever done.
Like arts and crafts, popsicle sticks, stuff like that. It's good.
So there's mirrors inside this thing, right?
Yeah.
Basically, Ghost made of energy. It goes into this box and bounces off these mirrors.
In theory, ghosts are disembodied energy, so they can easily pass through the walls of the box.
It doesn't need a door, so...
Pass through walls, so I mean, they can pass through this thing.
The idea is the spirit is attracted to the box, enters it, gets lost in its own infinite image, and can't get out.
So it's kind of like the Roach Motel. Once they check in, they don't check out.
Right.
That's the theory.
Okay.
All right, let's get this packed up, get this show on the road.
Hey, he's not gonna come in, man.
You know, what was that?
I don't know, but I heard it too.
Was that upstairs?
We took on the case of the Delasone family, who were being haunted in their house in Castellan Springs, Tennessee.
It's been a hard road. It's been 12 years.
We want to do an investigation and try to figure it out so we can help them move on with their lives.
All right, guys. Do it. Chasey, zip your pants.
Their buttons up.
Hi, welcome back. Please come in.
All right, all right, thank you.
Because of all the historical ties to the Delasone family, the spirits that inhabit Castellan Springs
could have an ancient grudge against the family that's been going on for centuries.
We believe these are mischievous ghosts. They could attach themselves to your family and followed you from house to house.
I don't believe that it's just something mischievous. We've lived with it. I believe that it's something evil.
You know, what was that?
I don't know, but I heard it too.
It was daytime, and we were already hearing things in the Delasone house. I get this crazy chilling sensation up the back of my neck every time we go into a place with paranormal activity, and that's the exact feeling that I got.
Was that upstairs?
It's like it's just lurking up there and looking over at you, being like, well, hello, welcome to my house. We're gonna rock this thing out tonight. Okay. We've got the guys to do it. I mean, this is one hell of a team.
Good luck. Of course it's frightening. What is it? We don't know.
The family left for the night, so we started setting up for the investigation.
All right, Chris, go ahead and test the theory.
What is going on with this thing?
Did you copy, Chris?
There's some interference. Guys, I can't hear a thing. Can we get Chasey to come down here? I think the radios are messing up. I can't hear anything you're saying.
Chasey to Chris, stand by.
Don't know what you're saying.
I mean, it never fails. When our radios go on the blink, it's something paranormal's at work.
Let's go and check it out. All right. Carrie had told us that her dog wouldn't go into the house.
We tried to get him into the house. We tried to coax him in the house, and he wouldn't come.
So we thought we would try it out with Bourbon.
Listen. Listen. What is it? Listen.
What is it, bud? You know, Bourbon is typically a very calm dog, so he only gets worked up when he senses something threatening in his environment.
Dude.
Hey, he's not gonna come in, man.
Their other dog, man, won't come in the house.
Okay, he's getting in front of me. He didn't want me to come in. You know, Bourbon always tries to protect me. He even got aggressive there at the end and just pushing against my leg. Didn't want me to go in the house either. All right. Okay, all right, buddy. Come on, let's back it up. So Bourbon's not going in the house. Leads us to believe that he thought there was something in there that was going to cause me harm.
We set up Central Command in the De La Somme's garage. We're setting up surveillance cameras in almost every room of the house. By the stairs where PJ hears footsteps. In the master bedroom where Carrie sees shadow figures. In Katie's room where she senses being watched. And on the balcony where everyone's seen shadow figures and balls of light.
That way, if something happens when we're not looking, we'll pick it up with those cameras.
It's hard to see shadow figures in the dark, so that's why we set up the laser dot grid. It's a beam of laser lights that creates dots across the walls and floors. If a shadow figure does pass through the beams of the lasers, we'll know it because it'll break up the pattern.
All right, Chasey, we need a little, no, go to the camera.
Yeah, if you could just go ahead and drop that to your left and right, that would be great.
That confused the out of him.
Maybe tilt it down just a hair. Now, whoever walks through there, we're going to have to just lean that way. Yeah. That's true. What is he doing?
That's too disturbing. Okay. No, not that. I'm done.
The balcony seems to be the epicenter of activity in the house. This is the only area where every single person in the family has experienced something paranormal.
If there's something that we're going to capture anywhere, it's going to be in that area, I think, right there.
That's a perfect path. I mean, that's between all the rooms.
We decided to try out the Devil's Toy Box because if something's actually able to follow the De La Somme family from one house to the next,
hopefully we can try and capture that traveling spirit and relocate it out of the house.
Okay, spirits, there you go.
The toy box is in position. Order. Yeah. I just get scared when I'm by myself.
All right, guys, let's get a little humble for a minute, man. We're Christian guys. Faith is one of the most important things. Your relationship with God is what grounds you. Holy Father, thank you, God, for this another day you've given.
When you're about to face down a potentially evil spirit, you need some help from the big man upstairs.
In your precious and holy name, we humbly pray. Amen.
Amen. This family means, you know, a lot. After talking to them, you know.
We think a lot of them. They got great kids. I mean.
Hey, camera by the Devil's Toy Box just went down, guys. We started getting activity as soon as we finished our prayer. It was like there was something evil that rose to challenge our presence.
What was that?
The balcony seems to be a real hot spot within the house, so that's where we placed the Devil's Toy Box.
What was that?
The family had mentioned that they had heard a loud boom.
It woke everyone up.
So this boom we just heard could be a portal opening and supernatural activity coming through again.
What do you think, man? You want to go first, or how you want to do this tonight?
Oh, man, it's dark in there.
It is dark in there.
We'll keep it quiet, and we'll monitor what y'all got going on. Y'all do anything, just holler.
By splitting up into teams, we can focus on multiple areas of the house at the same time.
Great time in Tennessee, baby.
All right, we got a pretty much ambient temperature in the room.
Why's the TV on in here?
Why is the TV on?
Doogie and I were headed up to the balcony when we noticed that the television was on in the downstairs front room.
This was not on earlier.
Are you serious? So you're sure nobody turned this on? I mean, nobody was in here, right?
I know when I come through earlier, this was not on.
We checked the surveillance cams, and there was absolutely nobody around to turn on that television.
Okay, if you're here with us, can you turn the TV back on?
Dude, if the TV come on right now, I hope to God it's on the Jesus station.
Maybe knock on something? What was that? Something just hit that door?
You know, like in those horror movies where you're like, don't open the door, stupid, and then bam! Open that door. That's me.
Something just hit this door, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine that. It's a little strange, man. I don't know what to think about both of those correlating in the same rooms.
Dude, this is some strange stuff going on.
I don't know, man. You want to go upstairs?
Yeah. All right, let's do this. So we went upstairs to see about this devil's toy box that we had set up.
Is there anybody home? I don't like the feeling around this box, man.
Judging from what we've experienced in this home, what they've experienced, and what I personally believe, I think this may be some sort of demonic entity that's attached itself to the family.
I'm actually going to leave my recorder going right here.
So we got thermal pads, ELF meters, EM pumps, the Wraith trackers. We got the mail meter, audio recorder. We got this thing wired up like Fort Knox.
If a spirit wants to check out the box, it'll manifest itself inside, and the change in energy fields is bound to set off our equipment.
Hey, Doogie, I think there's about 5 more things you can put around that.
That was a shelf. I'll start doing this stuff in the daytime. It'll be a whole lot easier.
Check this out.
Carrie had told us that they had a lot of paranormal activity in their bedroom.
In the master bedroom, we've had the tall, shadowy figure standing at the end of the bed.
So we're sending Porter and Chasey Ray to check it out.
Let's do an EVP session in here, Chasey.
EVP stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon.
It's electronically generated audio that resembles speech, but is beyond the range of human hearing.
All right, there's recorders on the bed. You can try to communicate with us.
Spirits, in theory, are made up of energy and are believed to communicate through EVPs that can be recorded, processed, and played back.
Is there anyone in here?
If you want your presence to be known, make it so.
I'm not sure they understood you. I told you to speak my language.
Quit being chicken. Do something to let us know you're here.
We just want to know if you're trying to...
Whoa. What is that?
This thing's going crazy in here, man.
Like, I can't explain why that thing would be going off.
Unless we've got something in this box.
As soon as we started the De La Somme investigation,
What was that?
we knew we were up against something potentially evil that wasn't afraid to face us head on.
You gonna go ahead and play back and see what we've got?
Yeah.
If you want your presence to be known, make it so.
Hold on a second. Back up. What was it? I don't know, dude. Make it so.
Right there. That's what we've been wanting to get tonight, right there.
That's crazy, man.
EVPs are usually random words or phrases. This EVP really stands out. It's like the spirit understands what we're saying. Okay, that's what we wanted. We'll get out of here, let the guys know what we got.
Okay.
All right.
We're getting all this intense activity. Urban went nuts. We had technology going haywire.
Don't know what you're saying.
There was a loud boom, as if something supernatural had come through a portal. And we just caught some pretty creepy EVPs. This is all evidence that there could be a strong paranormal presence in this house. Sometimes we'll even provoke the spirits. If we can't elicit a response by being nice, maybe we'll kick up their anger a little bit, and that will give us a response.
I want you to show yourself and quit being a coward. Either you're going to pound me to the floor, or I'm going to pound you to the floor. I'd want to think that if it did hit me down and slam me against the wall, I'd get right back up and try to tackle it. I want you to appear right here in this corner, and I want you to make that gray box with the green light light up.
Brandon didn't find any evidence of strong activity in Katie's room.
There for a while, nothing was happening. I mean, everything got kind of dead.
This thing had been trying to scare us all night, so it was a little strange that the activity just stopped.
Got the millimeter.
What is that?
Millimeter's going off. Dude, this thing's going crazy in here, man.
Can you make it stop?
I can't explain why that thing would be going off unless we've got something in this box.
You think that may have been something like entering into the box?
That's what I'm sitting here trying to debate, man.
Dude, I've got chills all over me, man. In theory, ghosts give off electromagnetic frequencies.
A millimeter reads fluctuations in electromagnetic fields.
We had gotten a few little blips here and there earlier, but nothing like what was going on now with this box.
Are you here?
Okay. Dude, I'm freaked out.
If there was something in the box, it had enough energy to set off the millimeter, the ELF meters, the K2 meters, basically everything that could read electromagnetic activity.
I'm like sweating bad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is making me nervous as
Let's just bring everybody up here. You want to? Hey, Porter. Come on up here, man. We got some crazy activity. Jesse Ray? We got a few things happening here, man. Oh, look, here we go. Whoa.
As we ask questions, this thing responds by using the K2 meter and the ELF meters to let us know that it's there and it wants to talk.
Something about Chasey?
Whoa, hey, you like the big man?
So for some reason, the box was responding to Chasey Ray more than anybody else.
Talk to it, Chasey.
You make hard for this family.
Oh, whoa. How in the world this demon in this box could understand Chasey Ray? We don't even understand Chasey Ray.
The hell is going on? Do you want out of the box?
Look at this. That was directly intellectual, back and forth, on command.
Guys, I think we're treading on some pretty heavy. We need to get this up.
Yeah. This really blew my mind. In the paranormal world, it is so rare to get such clear, direct communication.
This thing needs to be
out of here.
Okay,
That's cool.
All right.
Let's take it out in the front yard and see if it's still in there.
Don't puddle back.
Yeah, I'm good. Just come slow. Is there something inside this thing moving?
What?
You just feel that right there.
What'd you feel?
There's something tapping inside the box.
You're me.
No, dude, I'm not.
Shut up.
I've been ghost hunting a long time, and I've never used a devil's toy box before. But in this case, it may have actually worked. Whatever was haunting the De La Somme family may be in that box.
Do you want out of the box?
Oh, whoa. Let's take it out in the front yard and see if it's still in there. Is there something inside this thing moving?
What?
There's something tapping inside the box.
And I could tell in their face, both of them, they were really messed up over this. There was something scratching in that box.
Shut up.
Whoa, dude. I mean, I'm shaking. There was something there that just didn't feel like it belonged.
Dude, get the down. All right, get it out of this house.
We actually physically took it outside and put it in the yard because we wanted to test it and make sure that whatever we had trapped in the box was still in there.
Are you pissed off because we've moved you from where you were wanting to be?
Whoa!
Man, this whole right here. I mean, it is. It's crazy. I know I'm one of the main ones on the team that's always going on with some kind of silly shenanigans all the time, but that became really serious to me when we got it outside. Did you follow them from that house to here?
Okay. You can't make the millimeter go off unless you are literally physically touching the antenna. One of the things that sets off the millimeter is electromagnetic energy. We're out on the front lawn with no electricity around us whatsoever. So whatever's setting off the millimeter has to be coming from inside that box.
That's crazy, man. I don't know what to think, guys. No electricity out here. We decided to leave the box outside while Porter and I went back inside the house to see if there was any more paranormal activity. For the rest of the night, the house was silent.
That's strange all in itself, and we're still getting readings out in the yard.
Look at the temperature.
Look at the temperature.
666.
For us, the straw that broke the camel's back was when we saw that 666 on the millimeter. At that point, we knew we had to get the box as far away from the family as possible.
All I know is I'm going to pray to God tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Once the sun came up, we took the Devil's Toy Box out to the truck and waited for the family to show up.
We invited them out here because we've just had activity for years, and we want somebody to tell us we weren't nuts.
We don't think you're crazy.
You're not.
You're not crazy at all.
We're crazy. You guys.
We may be the crazy ones, but you guys are not crazy. It may be something that's tied in with this land.
Right. It's weird, it's bizarre, and we really wanted to get to the bottom of it.
We had an interesting night.
We had EVPs, motion sensors going off, knocks on the door.
What was that?
Porter, didn't you say you were going to bring your dog?
We brought Bourbon out. He wouldn't come in.
Well, you do feel less alone when somebody else experiences the same things that you do.
And then we brought the box in, the Devil's Toy Box. Never used that before. We put the box upstairs on the staircase. Whatever it is that you guys might have in your house was setting off all the instruments.
After telling the family everything we went through with the box, the meters going crazy, the sound coming from inside it,
There's something tapping inside the box.
the 666 on the temperature gauge, we decided the best thing that we could do at this point for them was to just get rid of the box.
I'm all for it, and, let's get rid of it. And raising the kids, the biggest thing is to have them not be scared and uncomfortable in their own home. Absolutely.
Whatever it takes. My hope is that it's gone and that our children can move on for this and they can sleep in peace.
12 years of this stuff is enough.
Give y'all some reassurance. So.
You know, and hopefully, by the way of God, this thing will stop.
Definitely. Right.
There's a peace of mind, and you can't put a price tag on a peace of mind. Thank you so much.
That means a lot to us, really. I mean, that's what we want to do. Help you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you also.
Everything that we experienced that night led us to believe that whatever we trapped in the box was more of a malevolent or evil spirit.
Take these, man. All right.
Appreciate it.
See you.
This box could contain all the torment that this family's gone through for the past 12 years.
So we wanted to do something dramatic.
Why did we do this? Where are we even at?
This was J.C. Ray's idea. Where is it?
Y'all just keep going. I'm country, but I done lost my GPS service.
We took the box to a very remote location where we could apply enough devastating explosive power that we could blow whatever energy was contained inside that box into a million smaller components. Hopefully, it will dissipate the evil energy that may be contained inside and give this family some closure after all these years of torment.
Look, he can't even spell it.
It's explosives.
There's an X in explosives, Jason.
Short of setting off an atom-splitting nuclear bomb, we did the next best thing.
It's going to be big.
There's a lot of things that we can do with this devil's toy box. We can throw it off a cliff, we can bury it, but no, we're going to do it Tennessee style, baby. We're going to blow this thing to smithereens.
Oh, God.
Do you honestly know what you're doing?
Whoa.
Hey, whoa.
Seriously. Why? You know what you're doing, right?
Get back.
Crab. Go that way. Oh, God. Everybody get out of the
Guys,
way.
I really don't know if this is a good idea. All I have to say to you is run.
Let's just blow it back to hell.
Yeah. All right, let's do this, man.
Here we go. Green light, boys. Fire and hope.
What'd you put in it, man?
That's how we do it here in Tennessee. Yeah, goodbye, boss.
This was an incredible case for us. The Delisons are a great family, and I hope in some way we've helped them move on with their lives.
All I know is I'm putting the pedal to the metal because I don't want some hitchhiking ghost coming home with us.